Could the New York Mets minor league pitching staff be a little bit better than the media and others would have you believe? Well, let's talk about it. Well, welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Wa2K99. Thank you as always for taking the time to watch these videos. Reminder, we go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. from right here in the Wicker chair. Join us. We always have a fantastic time. So I'm going to talk a little New York Mets today, and I'm not going to talk about the Major League team much. The less said about them, the better. They just lost 7-0 to the Braves. It was like, what? It's proof that you can watch X-rated television without any profanity or nudity in it. Just so outclassed to the point where it's disgusting. And now Francisco Lindor's season, who knows? That's in jeopardy. You know, it's amazing. Lindor just set the Mets record for most consecutive games played. Lindor had played 223 games in a row. He scratched tonight with right side soreness. Now, as a baseball fan, somebody who's seen a lot of injuries, I hear that. I think one thing: strained oblique, 4 to 6 weeks. And to be honest with you, why would you even rush him back? I mean, you know, now we're going to watch a middle infield every day of Danny Mendick and Jonathan Arauz. Is that what I got to look forward to as a Mets fan? I still got to see Mark Vientos play third, who nobody is mistaking for Brooks Robinson or Mike Schmidt. What a disgraceful season. And Lindor getting hurt, that's just the icing on the cake. But that's all I'm going to say about the Major League team. I want to talk about the minors, something that is actually worth having a little bit of hope about. And in particular, I want to talk about the AA team, the Binghamton Rumbleponies. It's not natural to say the Rumbleponies, but they are 18-18 in the second half. They're 2 games behind the Somerset Patriots, who are the first place team affiliated with the New York Yankees. They actually were tied, but Somerset actually beat Binghamton up the last 2 games. But here's the thing. Since July 23rd, in their first 15 games since July 23rd, when the Mets started, making these trades and, calling some players up, the Mets went 12-3, the Binghamton team did. I can't say Rumble Ponies. You're going to have to forgive me on that. But anyway, they got a couple of more games against Somerset before 6 big home games against Portland. Now, Binghamton has a chance to make the playoffs. Somerset won the first half, so they're in. All Binghamton has to do is finish second, and these baby Mets will have a chance to compete in the playoffs. Now, here's the thing. The AA team in Binghamton has added a whole infusion of prospects recently. Drew Gilbert, luisangelacuna, Jeremiah Jackson, all acquired in trades in the last 2 weeks or so. JT Schwartz, their cleanup hitter, is hitting .410 over the last 2 weeks. Not too bad. But I want to spend a minute on the pitching in particular, because the best Mets pitching prospects are in AA. And if you have an at-bat subscription on MLB or anything like that, you can get the minor league games as well. And as pointless as it may be to watch the major league team outside of seeing if Pete Alonso or Francisco Alvarez will hit a home run, it might be worth it to watch how some of these young kids are playing, especially the pitchers. So I'm going to highlight a couple of players who are in this rotation that might be able to help the big league team next season or the year after. So number 1 is Tylerstuart, the Mets' 17th ranked prospect, 23 years old, stands 6'8", big guy. In 101 combined innings this year, he's got 100 strikeouts, a 2.12 ERA, a 1.12 WHIP as well. He's got, in 14 starts in Brooklyn, he had a 1.55 ERA. So that was in high A ball. And with Binghamton, 5 starts, 3.81 ERA, 1.34 WHIP. Only 16 strikeouts in 26 innings pitched. Last night, or I should say it would have been Thursday night, he really got rocked by a good Somerset team. But, that's part of making the adjustment from single A to double A. And until that game, Stewart was looking quite good. Number 16, Dominichamel, who we've done a profile on here in the past under the Mets Prospect Profiles. 24 years old, last year's minor league pitcher of the year for the Mets organization, and that was his first pro season. So Hamel's been in AA all year. He's got 122 strikeouts to just 38 walks and 95 innings pitched, and a 1.33 whip. ERA is a little bit high at 4.53 though. Now, these next two guys are the ones I'm probably most excited about when it comes to Mets pitchers in the minor leagues. Number 12 is Christianscott, their number 12 ranked prospect, 24 years old. And you know what? Coming into the season, he was ranked around 29, I believe, in the Mets system overall. So he has really been on the rise this year. Got moved up from high A. Walks per 9 innings is only around 1.5, so he's got great command of the strike zone. In 9 starts for AA, he's got a 3 ERA, a whip under 1, 0.92, which is really good. 64 strikeouts to just 8 walks. He has allowed 5 home runs in those 9 starts, so that's one thing to keep in mind. But Christianscott is taking some very notable steps forward, and before the season, very, very few people knew who he even was. But Bladetidwell, who is the Mets' 10th ranked prospect right now, is really, really rising. We also did a profile on him before the season. It's his first full season in the pros. He moved up from Brooklyn, where he had an ERA barely over 3. His strikeout to walk ratio was 12.34, which is awesome. And in AA, he's pitched 11 innings, 3.86 ERA, 1.2 whip. During his last outing, he pitched all the way into the 8th inning, which you love to see from a young kid. He's got great movement on his slider in particular. He has a really devastating slider that's working out really, really well for him. So I wanted to come on and make this video because as disgusted as I am as a Mets fan, and I really, really am, there is something to look forward to, and I gotta tell you, I might be checking out the Binghamton Mets for the rest of the season a lot closer than I'll be the Binghamton. I know they're the Rumble Ponies, but give me some grace here. I'll be watching out the Rumble Ponies a lot closer than I'll be watching the big league team because, to be honest, they don't deserve my attention, my time, or my energy. That's about all I can say about it. Well, those are my thoughts. I want to see yours. Are there any particular prospects that you're going to be watching for the rest of the season in the New York Mets organization? Who are you excited about? Put it right down there in the comments. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.